What's happening, people, and welcome to another team review. My name is Dirty Mike, and if you're new to this series, it's all about giving you the ins, the outs, and breaking down some of the top squads in FIFA 13. And in this EP, we've got Newcastle United, and I'll tell you one thing, they've got some of the most dedicated supporters, and that in turn leads to huge expectations, monumental, and Newcastle really hasn't been living up to the hype. I know they have a lot of history at this club, but lately it's kind of been a bumpy road. They do something good, do something bad, have players come into the club, players transfer out of the club, and it's kind of been a little bit of a suspect situation. And I'd like you guys to leave a comment on this video letting me know which international squads you want me to review. I think the next 2 or 3 reviews, I'm going to go ahead and focus on some international teams. So drop a comment. And now we can begin. So for custom tactics, I'm looking to, I guess, attack with that free-form mentality because I think that Newcastle can get predictable and they don't have that many skilled attacking players. And I know that sounds crazy because you have Ben Arfa, 5-star skiller. You've got Cisse, yeah. And I'll get into it more as we progress, but I think it's more of a defensive team. As you can see, I only scored 19 goals in 10 matches with Newcastle, which is nothing to brag about. Don't go home to your mom and tell her that you had a great game. I mean, 1.9 goals per match is not going to win you all that many games usually if you're playing Division 1 footy. And the first formation we're looking at is the 4-2-2-2, which I think is an ideal formation for Newcastle because they lack a lot of pace on the wings. And that's because I also play Ben Arfa up front a lot of the time. But they don't have a left and right mid that have blow-by speed. And it makes it hard to counterattack. And this allows you to have 2 center attacking midfielders and then the strikers. And that's basically your front 4 you're trying to score goals with. But let's begin with the defense because they were stellar. I only allowed 7 goals in 10 matches, and that's the big reason that I was able to take home the Division 1 title. Otherwise, I would have been in big trouble because I wasn't scoring goals on a consistent basis, and that's not a good situation to be in. But I always, and I mean always, roll with this mentality. Defense wins championships. If you don't allow goals, you're gonna have a chance to win matches. I guarantee it. So on the defense, we have Debuchy, we have, is it Mbiwa? I can never say that guy's name properly. Then we have Santon, Anita, and then sitting on top of them, we're looking at Sissoko and Tiote. Great partnership, very strong, physical, win everything in the air. And that's why it almost feels like a 6-4 when you're in the 4-2-2-2. And then I was using Cabaye, Gouffran, and Ben Arfa and Cisse up front. And the second formation we're kind of going to look at is the 4-3-3. I wanted to give Ben Arfa a little more space to work around on the wings, and hopefully I was able to find Cisse to score some goals. And it got really predictable. It had to go through Ben Arfa or Cisse at all times. And when you're matched up against a lot of Dortmund players, which in my case I was, oh man, they cover me in almost every position. Like, they just have a better player. And it makes it really hard to beat those matchups. Any people that have been playing a lot of head-to-head, Dortmund is by far the best 4.5-star club at this point in head-to-head. Honestly, they probably are better than some of the 5-star teams. They've really been on the come-up, and they deserve it. You know, they were in the finals of the Champions League, and they've just got an incredible squad that, from the defense to the midfield to the attack, they're solid at every single position. And in the 4-3-3, I did all right. I had some bumps here and there. Wasn't able to get as creative as I would have liked. And then the last formation is the 4-3-1-2, and you really don't see me use this formation very often because I hate not having wingers. But as I was saying, you don't have that option. And Cabaye, for me, he's very unpredictable. I don't know what I'm going to get out of him. In head-to-head, he seems very small. He's got a great shot, awesome from set pieces, but I didn't score goals with him. He doesn't exit out of skill moves as quickly as I would have liked. And when you're in weather conditions, such as rain or snow, he seems a lot yet less useful. A lot. He just slows down. He's not super strong on the ball. He's a lot better in Ultimate Team. And Ben Arfa, as I was saying, had been reduced. So he's still great, but he's not as amazing as he was. He got a little bit slower. His weak foot definitely got worse. I did score a couple screamers with Sissoko, though, from distance. But Tiote and Sissoko, they don't really push forward. And that's why I was really focusing in on that free form so I could get some extra runs, maybe add a little more, something extra. You know, you have to have a little wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, or a little razzle-dazzle in your game if you want to score goals on a consistent basis. You're going up against good defenders. But if you guys enjoyed the review, make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at MikeSonaUSA. I have a lot more content coming for you ASAP. And remember to drop a comment. Let me know which international squad for the next video. Later, guys. Peace.